What's going on, Gaucho fans? I'm Max Kelton coming to you from Caesar Osaka Stadium, where the UC Santa Barbara Gauchos are set to take on the UC Irvine Anteaters in a battle of the best in the Big West. What's going on, Gaucho fans? Max Kelton here with Max Heidinger. Max, it looks like you finally hit your stride, mid-season form right now. Past 3 games, you're averaging 19 points per game. What's been clicking for you lately? What's going on, Gaucho fans? UC Santa Barbara baseball coming off of a 10-4 win against USC, and as of late, it's been yard work for these Gauchos. Batters keep raking in runs, and pitchers keep mowing over opponents. On the mound for UCSB will be Ben Brecht, and he's the strikeout and win leader in the Big West Conference. He'll be throwing to the batting average king of the Big West in Eric Yang, who's batting .419 this season, with the second most RBIs, 28 in the Big West. And they'll be playing against the Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks, and the Lumberjacks are 14-16 this season, but as a team, they're batting .232. On the mound for the Lumberjacks, it'll be Alex Palmer, who has a 3-win, 2-loss record this year, but he has a 3.20 ERA, and in his last start, he allowed 4 runs on 8 hits. So the Gauchos look to keep raking and rolling here at Caesar Osaka Stadium. Getting the start for UCSB, it'll be starter Ben Brecht with a 6-0 record this year and a 3.00 ERA. He'll be facing off against Andre Palante, who has 5 wins, 2 losses this year, and a 2.83 ERA. Palante should be throwing between the low to mid-90s. It was a 20-piece from both Max Heidinger and Amadou Sow in that one. And Amadou Sow put up 20 points, 11 rebounds, the first time a freshman has ever completed that feat. When we talked to Amadou Sow after that contest, we asked him what was the catch, what got him that many points, that many rebounds, and he talked about how his teammates were feeding him the ball so well. But as of late, that hasn't been the story for the Gauchos. UCSB averaging only 7 assists over their last 2 games, and they're on a 3-game losing streak. So if they can clean it up and really move the ball around the horn, find its way inside for Amadou Sow, it could be a big game for the freshman and a good game for the Gauchos to get back on track. It's been a great pitching year for Irvine, and their ERA is among the lowest in the Big West Conference. It's been a different story on the road. Irvine is allowing 4.24 runs per game on the road, and the Gauchos are looking to take advantage of that over the weekend series. And although a strong suit for the Anteaters has been pitching, they also have one of the best batters in the Big West. Brandon Lewis is batting .355 with 11 home runs and 37 RBIs and leads the Big West Conference in both of those categories. So the Gauchos are looking to silence him as much as possible and continue their win streak, which is now up to 6 games. UC Santa Barbara Gauchos pick up a huge win, 76-74 over the CSUN Matadors. A massive performance from Max Heidinger with 23 points, 8 rebounds, and drills a 3-pointer at the end of the game to ice this one for the Gauchos. 10 wins in a row, some of your best baseball since 2014 in 5 years. This team looks like the chemistry is there, the coaching is there, the leadership is there. Has it been a mix of all 3? We're here with Jerice Blackman, senior on the men's basketball team. And Jerice, senior night coming up. How do you feel looking ahead to that game? And what's it been like in this, hybrid starter role that you've had on this team this season? Armand, you're coming off a 24-point performance against Long Beach State, career high in rebounding, those high caliber games. How do you get into the groove, and how do you perform at your best when you're playing against the best team? You're certainly a Matador killer this season, and you're looking to buck the Bull Riders in the first round. 26 points, 23 points in both of those games against them this year. Is this the team that you wanted to face? Rod Boone picks up his 2nd win of the season. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, only 1 run allowed, 3 hits. Man, you were comfortable today on the mound. How were you feeling it? Yeah, it certainly seems like a lot of team camaraderie. How does it feel being part of this team? And what do you think this team is really capable of?
Yeah, it's nice to get off to a good start here. Good sweep at home, finish it this way. But, we got big goals for the future. Hopefully we keep playing the way we are now.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Kyle Johnson going to keep playing that way, and if they do, they're going to keep winning. UCSB picks up a huge win in the Thunderdome tonight as they knock off 2nd place Cal State Fullerton. And we're here with DeVril Ramsey. DeVril, you had 13 points, came alive a lot in the first half. How important was it for you guys to get off to a hot start against this Fullerton team?
It was very important, because they're a great team. Like you said, they're 2nd in our conference, and we knew we had to come out hard because we come out late, come out lackadaisical. They can get out on top of us really early, and that was our emphasis, just to come out on top.
We're here with Coach Donegal Fergus. You're in their first year with this team, and they're hitting better than they have since really 1990. It's a 29-year drought since they've been able to score 7 runs in their first 5 games. What are they doing differently than previous teams?
Well, I was pretty good today. I swung the bats really well. I got hot. We're just playing with some confidence. That's all we do. It's It's nothing about magic formula or technique or mechanics. We work on all that stuff, but it's about confidence, about empowering our guys to play really hard and learn to be great. And one of the things I decided a long time ago as a coach was I wanted my guys to be great and try to be great. And I think sometimes as hitting coaches especially, it's so hard to hit, and sometimes I think we coach them out of that.
You've been a leader the entire time you've been on this team in the Gaucho Gold and Blue, and now you look at players like DeVero, players like Ja'Cory, who come in and instantly picked up that leadership role. What can you say about those guys?
I can tell you one thing, man. Gaucho fans, you should be excited for the next few years with these guys. Just the leadership and the passion and the energy that these young guys play with. It's going to be a lot of fun basketball, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. You're sitting back in an old man position like myself, and you just got to kind of watch. I feel like Vince Carter. You just kind of get to watch all of the amazing things that these young guys bring to the table, and just like you said with DeVero and Ja'Cory especially, they just bring so much leadership, and that's going to carry them a long way as the years go on.
Not just your first start of the year, but your first start ever, really, and at home in front of this home crowd. What does it feel like to give them a show today and really give them no show for Hartford?
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love going out there and competing. My family was here, and they picked a good weekend to come because I didn't know I was going to get a start until late last night. But I was pretty happy that they're here, and I know they're happy to be here.
That'll do it from us here at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. And for the final time this season, I'm Max Kelton. Here is Max Heidinger on the left wing, short corner. Swings it back over to the top for Armand Davis, who hands off for Ramsey. Ramsey coming off the screen. He'll dribble, kicks it right back up for Heidinger, swings to McLaughlin, 3 on the way, and a dagger. 15-15 on the clock. Gauchos in the lead, 11-4.
That's just excellent ball movement there. They need to make sure they can find the open man.
So here is Jackson Rowe, who hands off for Kyle Allman Jr. Jr. right back up top for Khalil Lamont, who's picked up by Max Heidinger. Heidinger comes off of the screen and looking to pick up Rowe. This one's stolen away by DeVero Ramsey behind the back. Here are the Gauchos once again. In transition, Ramsey uses the speed, drives to the rack, and gets the lay-in. A timeout will be taken by Fullerton, and the Gauchos are here to party. It's 13-4 early on, 14:48 to play in the first half.
The Gauchos already have like half the points they had in the paint from last time they played Fullerton. I love it.
So UCSB is doing the most here against this Fullerton team who beat them 81-60 in their last matchup. And DeVero Ramsey was the leading scorer for the Gauchos in that one, and he's doing more of the same tonight. Ramsey he already has 4 points, and he's 2 of 2 from the field. On the other end, it's Awashika, Khalil Ahmad, each with 2 points. And the Gauchos, they're off to a hot start, and this is exactly what you want against an offense with a lot of firepower, a lot of ways to threaten and attack you, and UCSB has to be able to knock down their shots, and especially in the paint. That is what they're doing to start out here.
No, this is what we saw on Thursday nights against a good Hawaii team, just coming out strong, forcing the turnovers like we spoke about earlier. We've already seen 3, more of the same.
So we talk about points in the paint. Already 8 points inside the restricted area tonight for the Gauchos. And how many did they have in that last game against Fullerton?
Last game against Fullerton, they had 22. They're already almost there.
Already almost there. Just around the halfway mark. So UCSB is doing a good job driving to the rack and getting those points to go. And then you look at their points off of turnovers. UCSB already forcing 4 turnovers in the first 5 minutes, and they have 8 points that they've capitalized on off of those turnovers as well. And it's DeVero Ramsey's speed that he's using tonight. So UCSB doing a nice job early on, 13-4 with 14:45 on the game clock. Here is Austin Awashika. Awashika averaging 4 assists per game. He'll send it over to Kyle Allman Jr. Drives to the rack, rejected. Sekou Toure sends it out of bounds. It'll be Gaucho basketball off of Kyle Allman Jr. How about that freshman? And mentioning freshman, another freshman in the ball game for UCSB as Jay Nagel will inbound for DeVero Ramsey, who breaks this full court press. So here is Ramsey coming off the screen, driving to the rack, swings it out to Toure. Toure drives baseline, goes up and draws the foul on his way up. It's 13-4, and Toure heads to the line for 2 shots.
There's a good aggressive drive to the hoop right there. I want to see more of that from Toure tonight.
Sekou Toure, his first trip to the line tonight. He's a 56% free throw shooter this season. And Toure will knock down the first. Gauchos starting out 3 of 3 from the stripe, much improved since that last meeting against Fullerton on the road. And as always, you definitely shoot those free throws better when you're at home, with the home crowd being a little more silent during them.
Definitely, definitely.
So Torrey knocks down a pair. It's 15-4. Gauchos in the lead by 11. And Fullerton hoping they can retaliate here. Kyle Ullman Jr., he's smothered, he's hounded by Sekou Torrey, looks for some space, and that shot is wide and off the mark. Josh Pitts can't come away with it. Jay Nagel gets the rebound, and here are the Gauchos. Max Heidinger coming off of a screen from Lakoju, the pick and roll, and Heidinger takes it himself off the glass. He'll bank it home.
No, it's very important Max Heidinger gets going early here. He only got 0 points in the last game against Cal Fullerton. If they want to get a good performance tonight, Max has to be hot.
So Heidinger, his first 2 points of the evening, under 14 minutes to play here in the first, and it's Pitts going to work against Lakoju. The turnaround hook, and he can't get the friendly roll. Lakoju with the rebound, and the outlet pass to Max Heidinger on the right side. Heidinger far side will get a screen from Lakoju. The down screen swings it all the way over for Ramsey, who hands off for Nagel, the sniper from deep. Over to Sekou Torrey on the right. Torrey moves it over to Heidinger in the right-hand corner. Heidinger, the near side jumper, gets it to go from the right elbow.
That was a nasty one, just on the way down, throwing it up and just making it.
Well, you haven't seen anything yet. That is exactly what Gaucho Faithful is used to seeing from their star junior guard. So here is Jamal Smith. Smith picked up by DeVearl Ramsey. Up top for Kyle Ullman Jr. This will be a foul called on Heidinger after the reach. And we'll see 3 substitutions here for the Gauchos. Ja'Cory McLaughlin, Amadou Sow, and Jerice Blackman coming in for DeVearl Ramsey, Jay Nagel, and Ami Lakoju.
Gaucho's doing a good job early, watching Kyle Ullman Jr. We saw from his last game that he's only scored 5 points. He was 1 for 5 from the field. And for a man averaging 18 points per game, it's important you put a lock on him.
Well, that was Ullman Jr.'s lowest point total of the season. He had 9 points in one of those games early on in the year, but 5 points, that's something that was unprecedented from him, and it was because of his foul trouble. He got into foul trouble early, and he had 4 fouls in that one. Didn't foul out, but he still was struggling with his hands. So here's Khalil Ahmad, who fires from deep, can't come away with the jumper, and Sekou Torrey will grab the rebound. 19-4 here with 12:30 on the game clock. Amadou Sow gets the entry from Ja'Cory McLaughlin. Now they'll move it around the horn. And Sekou Torrey faked left, moved right, and was called for a travel. It'll be Titan basketball. On the floor right now, Jackson Rowe comes back in, and Dominic Heinzel will enter for the first time tonight. So the throw down, and here is Rowan, who is now slowly meandering to the plate.
Number 15, first base.
Alex Palmer hasn't allowed a base runner through the first inning, so here we are in the top of the second. Here is Palmer. He was quick with his pace in the first, and Rowan will lay off a ball high and away on that one. So 1 ball, 0 strikes here. Here is Palmer, lays off once again, and they'll defer down to the first base umpire today, but it's a 2-ball, 0 strike count here for Thomas Rowan. Typically either catching or DHing, but today he's at first. And Rowan lifts this one into left. He got a hold of it. If it's fair, it's gone. Get out of here. Thomas Rowan with the solo jack, and the Gauchos are on the board.
And as you can hear the wind, it was almost like the wind was going to knock that one down. It was going to stay in play, but Rowan just too much strength on that baseball. I'd like to see the exit velocity on that one. But hit that ball way too hard. Not even the wind could bring that one down.
It's now stepping in. As big of a home run threat as Thomas Rowan is, it's Armani Smith. So Rowan now, that was his 4th home run of the year, but Armani Smith has 7, and they've gone back-to-back a couple of times this year.
Hopefully they do it once again. As you mentioned, Armani Smith, 7 home runs on the season. That's good enough for 2nd on the team, only behind Tommy Jew, hitting 3rd today.
So Palmer will get a called strike on his first pitch of this at-bat. Armani Smith falls behind 0-1. Alex Palmer looking to retaliate quickly here. It's a 1-1 ball game. Here's Palmer. And misses inside as Smith lays off. Count evens up at 1 apiece. So here is Palmer coming from the windup once again. It looks like he's slowed up his pace a little bit after allowing that home run to Thomas Rowan. Smith gets a little piece of it and dribbles it over to the second baseman, fires on to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning for the Lumberjacks. Now stepping in, it'll be Andrew Martinez, sophomore shortstop who's batting .256 this year. So here is Martinez. Once again, another righty for this Gaucho lineup. Palmer, poised to face him, has one out in the top of the first, or in the top of the second inning, I should say. And Martinez fooled on that one way too early on his turnaround, and Palmer gets an early strike. 0-1 count here with one out in the bottom of the second inning. Here's Palmer. And after the check swing for Martinez, it'll be a called strike on the outside half. So 0 balls, 2 strikes to Martinez. Palmer looking for his first strikeout of the inning, and he gets it there. Catches the outside corner and paints it like Picasso. Nice breaking ball, and 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
Jason Willow.
Jason Willow stepping in. Jason Willow, he's in one of my classes. He's in one of my groups for my classes.
Which one?
ESS 100. It's a Shark Tank class. Jason the Tree Willow stepping in, looking to face Palmer for the first time today. Willow, he's batting .267 this year, and called strike on the first pitch of the at-bat.
That's that research and sport class, right?
It's a good class.
Right.
Willow showing bunt, pulls it back, but a called strike nonetheless. 0 balls, 2 strikes here. 2 outs, bottom of the second inning.
6 straight strikes for Palmer here. He's definitely in a groove after that leadoff home run to Thomas Rowan to start this inning.
So here is Palmer, leg kick once again, and misses way outside and in the dirt. It'll be Willow who lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 2 outs. Willow digging in at the dish once again. Here's Palmer from the windup with his stirrups. Willow fooled on that one. Ring him up, strike 3. Only 1 run allowed, but it was a Thomas Rowan solo blast to left field, and the Gauchos are on the board. It's a tie game, 1-1 here, and now we head into the top of the third inning.
Highest standards of customer service and workmanship.
Yeah, and other than that Rowan home run, not very good at bats for the Gauchos. 0 for 3 in the first inning, and then after that Thomas Rowan home run, a check swing by Armani Smith, and then back-to-back strikeouts. So hopefully the second time through the order they can have a little bit more success and grind out some at-bats a little bit more than they did. But still a tie ball game now as they quickly tie the game with this Stephen F. Austin Lumberjack team.
So here is Brecht, who is back on the mound for the Gauchos. And it's typically one of those guys who keeps getting strikeouts early through the game. Only has 1 through a couple of innings pitched today. Has allowed 1 run, but it was unearned. Doesn't hurt his ERA. Brecht has the most wins in the Big West with 5. We talked about before the game how he could have had 6, but one of his wins was accredited to Michael McGreevy, who came in relief. So it'll be Carson Clowers, the number 9 hitter in this Stephen F. Austin lineup, who is now facing Brecht. It's a 1-1 ball game. We're here on the top of the third inning, and Clowers digging in from the right side of the plate. Here is Brecht coming from the windup and the pitch. Clowers will send this over to the right side of the field and onto Campus Diamond. Close to hitting one of the softball players. Now they're chasing after the ball. Here's Brecht, quick to his second pitch of the at-bat. Calls for another sign from his catcher, Eric Yang, behind the plate. Brecht sends this one home, and inside it'll be Clowers who lays off, so a 1-1 count. Brecht once again from the windup to Clowers. Clowers fouls this one off the end of the bat, but it actually goes fair. Brecht sends it over to first and in time for the first out of the inning.